We have already talked about how to find the equation of a line using the slope-intercept form. Now, the other way of finding the equation of a line is perhaps the most important, and you have to memorize this rule. This is known as the point slope form. So this is how it works. If you know the equation, if you know the point through which a line passes, let the point be x1, y1, and if you know the gradient or slope of that line, then the equation of the line is going to be y minus y coordinate of the point equals to gradient x minus x coordinate of the point. This is known as the point slope form, and this is the most important rule for finding the equation of a line. You have to memorize this. So this is how it works. Suppose you know a point through which, any point through which the line passes, and you know the gradient, and the gradient is m. So the equation is going to be y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. That's how it works. So let's do a number of examples to get this very clearly in your head. The idea is to find the equation of the line so that the gradient is given and the point is given. So question number A, so we know the gradient is minus 1 and the point is 3 minus 6. So y minus y1 is going to be minus 6 equals to the gradient is minus 1. X minus x1 is going to be 3. So if we simplify this, it would be y plus 6 equals to minus x plus 3. Now, it doesn't matter how you leave the answer as long as they mention nothing. If they tell you express your answer in a particular format, you have to express it in this format. Usually, the idea is to make sure the integers, the coefficients are integers. That's a general rule. So this is going to be y equals to minus x minus 3. Question number B, so y minus, so the y coordinate is minus 3, so this would be minus 3 equals to m is minus 4, x minus x1 is minus 2, so this turns out to be y plus 3 equals to minus 4x. This is going to be minus minus plus, and minus 4 into plus 2 is going to be minus 8. So this would turn out to be y equals to minus 4x and minus 11. So question number C, y minus y1, the y coordinate is 10 equals to m is half, x minus x1, so minus minus is going to be plus. So now this is a fraction, we can cross multiply here to make it integer. So 2 into y minus 10 equals to x minus minus 4 is x plus 4. That turns out to be 2y minus 20 equals to x plus 4. And we can write this as 2y equals to x plus 24. The final example is, okay, question number D. So y minus y1 is minus 1. So minus minus 1 equals to m is minus 2 by 3. X minus minus 1 is minus 6. So this is going to be y plus 1 equals to minus 2 by 3. X plus 6. So if you cross multiply, this is going to be 3. Y plus 1 equals to minus 2. X plus 6. So it turns out to be 3y plus 3 equals to minus twice x minus 6 to the 12. So this would be 3y equals to minus twice x minus 15. Find the equation of a line that passes through these 2 points. So we call this a regular line. So we have a line that passes through 2 points. So 2, 4 and 3, 8. So the first thing we need to know is we have to find the gradient, because for the point slope form the gradient is needed, and we know this rule. If we know 2 points, we can find the gradient. So the gradient is change of y, which is going to be 4 minus 8, divided by change of x, which is going to be 2 minus 3. We could have taken the other way around also. So this would be minus 4 divided by minus 1, which is 4. Now we can find the equation very easily. So we know the gradient, and we can take the first point or the second point, doesn't matter. The convention is to take the first point. Y minus y1, which is 4, equals to m. Gradient is also 4. X minus x1 is 2. So this turns out to be y minus 4 equals to 4x minus 8. That means y equals to 4x. If you take the minus 4 to the other side, plus 4 minus 4 is minus 4. So first of all, gradient. So gradient is going to be change of y, 5 minus 3. Then change of x, 7 minus 5. So this would be 8 by 2, which is 4. So the equation is going to be y minus y1, which is y minus minus 3. M is 4. X minus x1, x minus 5. So that turns out to be y plus 3 equals to 4x minus 20. Therefore, y equals to 4x minus 23. Find the equation of a line that passes through the point. So we know the point through which the line passes. So 6 minus 2. And it is perpendicular to another line. That means there is another line over here. And this line, whose equation we have to find, is perpendicular to that line. And the perpendicular line has the equation y equals to thrice x plus 5. Okay. So we have to find the equation of this line. So this is the line we are interested in. So we need to know the point, which we already know, and the gradient. Now the gradient of this line from the format of y equals to mx plus c is 3. So the gradient of this line is 3. So if the gradient of this line is 3, by the rule of perpendicular line, the gradient of this line should be the negative reciprocal of the perpendicular line. So the first thing you have to write is gradient of line is minus 1 by 3. That's the first thing. Now the equation. So we know the gradient of this line and we also know the point through which the line passes. So it would be y minus y1 equals to m, which is minus 1 by 3, x minus x1. So this would be, if you cross multiply, this would be 3 into y plus 2 equals to minus x plus 6. So this would be 3y plus 6 equals to minus x plus 6. That means 3y equals to minus x. That's it. Here we have to find the equation of a line that passes through the point. So we already know the point. So this is minus 2, 7 and is parallel to the line. So it is now parallel to another line. So this line and this line, they are parallel, and the equation of this line is given. Y equals to 4x plus 1. Now if this line has the gradient of 4, because y equals to mx plus c, we can clearly see the gradient. If 4, then the parallel line will also have the same gradient. Remember, parallel lines have the same gradient. So first of all, we can write gradient of line is 4. So then the equation of the line is going to be y minus y1, which is 7, equals to m, which is 4, x minus x1, x minus minus 2. So this would be y minus 7 equals to 4x. Now minus minus is plus, so 4 2s are 8. Now here we can say the equation is done. We can write y equals to 4x plus 15. But look here, they said write down the answer in a particular format. So x has to be first, then y, then c. Let's bring the y to the other side. It turns out to be y equals to 4x minus y plus 15, and we can write it as 4x minus y plus 15 equals to 0. One final question. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of AB. Now, the perpendicular bisector of AB is not the equation of AB. So this is the line AB, passes through 2 points. One is 5 minus 3 and the other is 7, 5. So if we had to find the equation of AB, we would find the gradient of the line AB and we take the first point. That's what we do. But this one, we have to find the perpendicular bisector of AB. That means we have to find the equation of a line which is perpendicular to AB. Not only that, it is the bisector of AB. Bisector means midpoint. That means it passes through the midpoint of AB. So remember, the perpendicular bisector of AB is a completely different line from AB. So this is the perpendicular bisector of AB. So the first thing we need to know is what is the point through which this line passes, and that is known as the midpoint, and this is the rule for midpoint. If there are 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2, then the midpoint is equals to x1 plus x2 by 2 y1 plus y2 by 2. That's how it works. So let's do this. First of all, the midpoint of AB. Midpoint of AB equals to x1, which is 5, plus x2, which is 7 by 2, and y1, which is minus 3, plus y2, which is plus 5 by 2. So this is 5 plus 7 is 12, 12 by 2 is 6. 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 by 2 is 1. So now we know the midpoint. So the midpoint is 1, 6, 1. So we know the point through which the line passes. This line, the perpendicular bisector line, this is the line we're talking about. Now we need to know the gradient of this line. Since this line is perpendicular to AB, we have to find the gradient of AB. So let's first find the gradient of AB. So the gradient of AB is going to be change of y, 5 minus minus 3. 5 minus minus 3 divided by change of x, 7 minus 5. That turns out to be 5 minus minus 3 is 8. 7 minus 5 is 2. So 8 by 2 is 4. So if the gradient of AB is 4, then the gradient of the perpendicular bisector, so gradient of perpendicular line, perpendicular bisector, is negative reciprocal minus 1 by 4. So the equation is going to be, it's a line that passes through the point 6, 1 and has gradient minus 1 by 4. So the equation will be y minus y1 equals to m is 1 by minus 1 by 4 x minus x1, and you can simplify this.